Hello and welcome to Prima Donna News, where we give our perspectives about the trending topics. We don't follow any agendas or blindly comment on topics without first doing diligent research to weed through valid information from the propaganda being pushed. Enjoy the topics and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Get the bag, get the bag. Y'all niggas know what it is. You know we get the bag, get the bag.
ACP, did you see this?
Look, if it ain't official Dana J, Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it. Just take the
Breaking news. It has just been announced that more than half of the allegations waged against Diddy from Little Rod have been dismissed, and the judge even went the extra mile as to scolding Tyrone Blackburn for bringing some of these allegations into the court without, quote unquote, properly filing these documents and or researching the allegations. But it's funny to call out Tyrone Blackburn for using the same strategies that you saw with Michael Avenatti, Gloria Allred, and even the likes of Tony Busby when it comes to standing behind some of these frivolous lawsuits that are used to garner public outrage against some of these celebrities people intend to target. It's funny that you see clear as day that some of these attorneys like to use these type of extortion tactics in order to get a bag from certain individuals. And it's funny that they can legally maneuver and sugarcoat the whole motivating factors behind bringing these civil claims instead of making criminal complaints, which is what they're waging in these allegations. Clearly, many people don't mind getting on platforms and pointing out the extortion factor behind some of these rumors and allegations against Diddy. But when it came to R. Kelly, we let these people run amok on these platforms, talking about all of these so-called bad acts that have occurred all these years, but it took all of these individuals getting on these platforms to help Homeland Security and FBI facilitate their quote-unquote RICO. But when it comes to Diddy, on the other hand, we see what real attorneys are doing in dismantling some of these RICO allegations within these civil lawsuits. Let it sink in. Now, I had the same approach when it came to researching some of these allegations against Robert Kelly, but you would notice these individuals were coming to stir the pot and keep trying to provoke individuals and even change their perceptions when, as I said, nobody had to ever see what I saw, but I knew it was establishing a blueprint for all of the things we would see as we see playing out now. It also didn't take me being a janky-ass 007 agent. It didn't take me trying to write a book about an individual I don't know. It didn't take me passing around so-called evidence and teaming up with a squad of janky-ass people interfering with the due process of a defendant and or tampering with witnesses right in public view while masking it as content. But it's funny, the same things I said about Gloria Allred and Michael Avenatti are being discussed when it comes to some of these janky-ass bad act witnesses that are being used to facilitate these narratives and criminal proceedings. Now, with all that said, when you have RICO allegations looming over your head, it makes a hell of a difference with the way people around you or a part of your so-called inner circle are moving, and the way they quote unquote defend you matters. But a lot of people didn't hear me saying that when it came to Robert Kelly and their desire to keep inserting themselves into his case regardless of the outcome. Now, given the fact that some of these same celebrities gave the platforms for R. Kelly's accusers to get on their stages and tell these elaborate, embellished stories was the icing on the cake for me, especially when they wanted to go into court and hide behind being anonymous. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Diddy, we see the difference in the way things are being laid out and portrayed. Yet that won't be breaking news as quick as people will try to gravitate toward using R. Kelly's name just for shock value.
There's a tasty new treat on the scene, and it's called Prima Donna pastries. These dainty pastries are not just a pretty face, they're filled with sweet and savory goodness. Freshly baked and oh so inviting, these pastry delights will satisfy any craving. Don't miss out on the heavenly taste of Prima Donna pastries. Try them now. Order today at www.primadonnapastries.com.